Certified Law Enforcement Executive Program, in my humble estimation, is one of the core pieces of education and leadership training that we all need to effectively service law enforcement in our communities.
Having served over 30 years in policing and gone through other training and management courses, I believe CLEE is the best one that I've been exposed to.
We look at the progressive classes through the Ohio Chiefs of Police Association, this being the final component and segment of that. But this plays right into our succession plan of bringing up the next generation of leaders within the organization.
CLEE is a personal journey. It's what you make of it. And if you come with an open mind and a willingness to grow, you're not going to be disappointed.
Instructors for CLEE were some of the best that I've encountered, whether it's business, academic. That life experience that they brought was invaluable.
They're online, on par with the National Academy or any other major Southern Police Institute.
The variety of perspectives that were provided to us was just outstanding.
I think that the change management module has been the most valuable one for me. Everybody knows that change is necessary. I recognize that, and it's easy to say I accept the fact that change needs to happen, but what's most difficult is actually effecting change.
Interpersonal skills, I thought that was really good because it talked about body language, communicating, seeking first to understand the other, and then trying to be understood.
Ethics and change management. And CLEE has set them up as core modules for the entire program. Everything is based off of ethics and change management. So when you get down to strategic planning, you do strategic planning based on ethics and change management. When you talk about internal and external change environments, it should all be based on ethics and good change management. And for me, that's what was most important and has proven to be the most critical part of CLEE throughout the past 10 years since I've had the program.
The strategic planning was very trying, very difficult, but it allowed me to look at things a little differently. It allowed me to be able to analyze my department, the needs of my community.
I don't really see one that's most valuable because they all play off of each other. So it's an interactive synergy situation. What I do see as more pertinent today is the strategic processing piece, because with today's financial status and financial environment, it's very important to be able to project out and strategically plan for the organization as we move into the future.
The importance of involving your community, because today we are about service. Today the public demands that we respond to them, that we meet their needs, and understanding how to do that best and to promote your agency to the community is critical for further development.
The academic expectations of CLEE are demanding, and they very well should be. This is a master's level course. That's not to say that people cannot cope and participate in CLEE. It's up to the individual, and it's their responsibility to do the best they can, not only for themselves, but for the profession of law enforcement.
The commitment is to the academics, taking the time to apply yourself.
It's kind of a time management thing for the people to be able to do it at their own pace, know what kind of person they are and how much work they need to put in. Having been a mentor, you may mentor 5 or 6 people going through it and seeing that there's some people that need assistance and there's some people that kind of do their own thing.
The workload is very reasonable. It's highly manageable. The difference is, are you willing to invest your time to increase and expand your knowledge?
Most officers can attain that, particularly those that are moving through into middle and senior management positions. I think that's the additional value for CLEE, is that you're able to apply for credits at the graduate level credit. That's what I did, and was able to get a graduate degree from Tiffin University because of my participation in CLEE.
The greatest benefit that I've gotten from CLEE is a network of other police professionals.
But having that CLEE designation behind your name for the rest of my life is something I'll never forget and I will value forever.
To be able to look at new ways to examine your own programming.
To show that you were willing to put forth the extra effort to improve yourself, and it shows the dedication that you have to the organization and to the law enforcement profession in general.
Career development, been able to direct and guide my career path into an executive level position.
I've used it in my home life in seeking first to listen. I have a teenage son, I have a daughter in college, and I've always been a problem solver. Just tell me what's going on, I'll fix it, or I'll give you some advice.
The time went by very quickly. The work wasn't as bad as you thought. It makes the investment of your time very worthwhile.
Having that designation obviously opens up doors. It kind of gives you some credibility.
CLEE provides that base of knowledge for the position of chief or command level. It sets a standard for competence.
The contacts and relationships that have come from CLEE, you can reach out and get advice, different perspectives, and answers to your questions.
Investing in the future is key. Cities, counties, townships need to be willing to expend money to invest in their future.
Our community leaders, our mayors and our village administrators and councils should look at and say, you need to take this course because it affects all of us. It affects our agencies, the people in our agencies, the civilians in our agencies, and also, and most importantly, the people whom we serve.
Leaders are not born, they're made. And to get the training to understand the viewpoints and the knowledge that an executive has to have is, again, invaluable. And when you can find somebody who's willing to do that, you need to jump and let him take those opportunities so that will benefit your department tenfold in the long run.
When you look at this, you're looking at potentially a 10 to 15 year investment on an employee. So when you look at $1,000, $2,000 or $3,000 and you amortize that out over time, you're looking at a very inexpensive opportunity to have top-notch training for your people.
We as professionals need to invest in our careers, in the professionalism of our offices.
A goal that any police professional wanting to enhance their career, provide a foundation for promotions, should certainly come to the CLEE program.
I believe that CLEE was invaluable in allowing me to make a smoother transition and more or less become a member of that professional group.
Departments can go about business as usual, and they will be marginally successful. In the future, we're going to have to work harder, we're going to have to work better, and we're going to have to work smarter. Those are all concepts that CLEE addresses in that experience. So as we educate those mid-level managers up, you're going to see departments become more professional, more efficient, and more effective.
I believe it's making a difference in law enforcement throughout Ohio, and I would encourage all law enforcement executives to be involved in the CLEE program and have that certification.
My recommendation is definitely yes to anyone who is considering going to CLEE.
Lifelong learning is a journey, and CLEE is just a huge milestone on that journey, and I would recommend that to any police officer or police professional.
I would recommend CLEE to anybody that has the smallest inkling of becoming supervisory officers or that are in a leadership role.
The CLEE is kind of the pinnacle, the top level that you can get.
Take a good look at CLEE because we've got a quality product here.